So last week, in the last month, there's been a lot of heavy news items that have happened. And if you've been paying attention to anything that's going on in the news, you're gonna seem like you're overwhelmed. But what would I do? What do I personally do, knowing that there's all these kind of heavy things that are going on? And it's the same thing that I've always said on this channel. It's going to be doing the same thing that I did the previous day. So what I would do is continue to invest my money. So I'm going to continue to invest 15% of everything that I ever make. And I'm continuing to go into work. I'm going to continue to love on my family. I'm going to continue to do the exact same thing that has always happened. Now, why is that the case? Why it's really important to continue to invest money that you're making? Or, you know, if you are a PhD student right now, just doing the same thing that you did. You don't have the resources to invest at this moment, but you just do the same thing that you've always did. And why it's really important to do that. If you were to look at the economy, even when you went back to the worst possible moments of the world, right? Like World War I, World War II, the Great Depression. And if you continue to invest at those moments when it was the worst, people were panicking. It was horrible. People literally during the Great Depression, when it started in 1929, people were jumping out of buildings because they were panicking. They felt like they had to. But if you continue to invest, stayed the course, did the same thing, and you continue to do that for many, many years, and if you still had the same amount of money that you had in the bank at that moment, you'd have millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars, far greater than inflation, right? We know this, we can look back and look at these patterns. And even today, even though when I feel like, man, the world's falling apart, it's very crazy right now. If you were to look at the headlines and read the headlines, you'd be like, oh my gosh, you know, the world's falling apart. Looks like we're tumbling towards World War III. If you were to look at the stock market, it continues to go up and up and up and up and up. And you can say it's because of this election or that election, but the truth is that it just continues to go up and up and up and up because everything gets stronger as we grow. And I want you to think about that. Where we are today and what we're doing is a lot different than it used to be. And that's because people got up and did the same thing that they did the day before. And the only way that you can do well and continue to do well is if you do the same thing. You continue to get up and do the same thing that you did the day before, continue to work, continue to make sure that you invest, continue to play and have fun with your family, and you do that no matter what. There's this great movie. It's called The Pianist. And it's about this piano player during World War II. I think he was Jewish, if I remember. And the story that goes on in the movie is that the world's falling apart around him. And yet he's still playing the piano as there's bombs going off and everything that's going on. Still getting pleasure from playing that musical instrument. And I want you to think about that. How can you continue to get pleasure even though that the world seems like it's seemingly falling apart, that everything's against you, and yet you are going to get back up and do it again. And you're going to make sure that people that are close to you are having a good time. You're going to make sure that you are having a good time. And that's all you can do, is to continue to have this almost insane amount of optimism. Like it doesn't make any sense. And that's how you live a healthy life. You create protections around you. When people do you wrong, you get back up and you do it again. And you distance yourself from the things that gave you wrong. And then you build up the things that make you feel good, right? And it's this repetition of doing that day in and day out so that you can go on and tackle the day, but then as well going through the effort of making sure that you do the things that allow you to grow. That is investing in yourself, continuing to invest in yourself, getting education, making sure that you continue to have some output, making sure that so that's working, making sure that you're investing in other people and other things that go up. That's investing in the stock market, making sure that you're investing 15% of everything that you ever make in index funds and mutual funds. And you just continue to do that day in and day out until someday when you're 60, 70 years old, you look around and you're like, whoa, this was insane. This happened despite the world falling apart. Yes, that's what happens. You'll end up with millions of dollars, a very, very, a surrounding of people that love and like you, and you will feel good about yourself for doing that. I know it's hard to do and the world's falling apart, but you have to remember to do that. Don't absorb the world too much. You just can't. Distance yourself from the world and then live a happy and healthy life as best as you possibly can. I want you to think about all these professions where people have to deal with all sorts of crap, the worst crap in the world. Like, I don't know, you have to actually suck out manure out of sewers. You know, people go home, they're happy and healthy, and they do really well by doing that. I want you to actually think about that. How can you turn your life around so that you're happy and healthy, and you repeat, and you get back up, and you do it again? All right, take care, and have a wonderful day. Bye.